Welcome to Look North. The main news from around Yorkshire today. The former teacher who fears he may be forced to put his wife into a home after her care entitlement was cut. And an exclusive look around one of the grandest country houses in Europe, Wentworth Wood House near Rotherham. Good afternoon, welcome to Look North. A former teacher fears he may be forced to put his wife into a home after the government cut the amount of care she was entitled to. Judy Archer is severely disabled after suffering a brain hemorrhage. While her husband was working, they received funding for a full-time carer. But when he took early retirement, despite the fact his income dropped by half, funding was reduced. Danny Hewson has our top story.
Judy needs round-the-clock care. A recent assessment by social services confirmed her condition hasn't changed, but the level of financial help she's entitled to has. That's because of a little-known clause in the Independent Living Fund. Effectively, when Judy's husband worked, his salary was not included in the means assessment. But when he started drawing a pension, even though his income more than halved, they were no longer entitled to the fund.
There are several scenarios that could arise from that. The one is that I'm going to have to generate income, but the others would involve losing the level of care Judy has, losing the relationship that she has here with her carer. And really the care package that we worked so hard to put together is being dismantled.
A spokesman for the Independent Living Fund said this isn't a new decision, that they've always taken pensionable pay into account when means testing. But care providers and social workers involved in this case say they've been gobsmacked by the decision and have never come across it before.
Judy's other care funding through social services has increased slightly since Kevin took retirement, but not enough to make up the shortfall. And filling that care gap is not something Kevin feels able to do.
Many people in Judy's situation, as indeed Judy was, are in a nursing home and need that level of care. What we've done here, because it's best for Judy and it's because it's best for what we wanted to do as a family, is to look after her in her own home in a domestic situation. But to do that entirely on your own without the care package we put in would be, well, extremely hard.
Care for disabled people like Judy is changing and the Independent Living Fund is being wound up. The Department for Work and Pensions is promising a simple and fair system for the future that gives disabled people more control. But for now, the only course of action for the Archers is for Kevin to go back to work. Danny Hewson, BBC Look North, Bradford.